is 9,000.
The only mistake I made, I didn't put a rate in the registration ticket.
Just this ever-evolving, story.
So Wayne will have that option. Going to spot the sled right down the center. Here we go. Unlimited action. Wellington, Ohio. The Friday night spectacular. We got a burst panel on that left rear engine as he made his way down the track here. Of course, we'll take a look here at our replay, but yeah, I think we did get a burst panel. Of course, that's a pressure relief there. Of course, years ago, you would just pop that supercharger off. Right there. So 331 and 97 for Wayne Purser, 331 and 97. Yeah, looks like got that front end up just a little bit right there. You can see everything kind of rocking and rattling right there. All right, so as our test puller, 331 and 97 for Wayne Purser, Norman, Oklahoma. And we'll have a... All right, so they tell us he is going to come on back. So he is going to turn that run down. All right. So we'll send it down trackside with Wayne.
Down here with Wayne Purser. Wayne, I know you had high hopes there. Tell me what happened, or are you going to go back around?
No, I'm done. I popped the motor. I put that new fuel pump on and missed the fuel. I was a little bit too lean, so it popped it, so I'm done.
Stuck around since Bowling Green, and I know you had to work on that fuel pump today. You love pulling in front of these Ohio fans, too, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Some of the best dirt in the country on this track. It loads the wagon. It's good dirt.
You came a long way from Norman, Oklahoma. Thank you, Wayne.
Yeah, but with all those wins, Denver, he still only fifth at the Grand National point. And with that track,
all right, so Wayne Purser, so they tell us, might not be coming back here.
12 to 14 appearances.
So we will wait and see officially here. But 331.97 was the distance. So I have a feeling Wayne not going to be able to come on back. Yeah, so 331.97, what he told Krista Kelly down there. So 331.97. So will be the mark to beat here on our limited class as Adam Bauer will be up next here. With the cross threaded, three-time unlimited Grand National champion. Another 5-engine tractor, tied for that number 4 spot. Now, we talked about this in our Countdown to Pull Time show. We've got 3 tractors, tied for that number 4 spot. Say that fast 3 times. But Doug Theobald, Adam Bauer, and Billy Beers all tied at that number 4 spot. And, of course, only 5 get into the Enderley. And this is their last night to do it. So get your toes, get your calculators ready. Here tonight, we're going to do some sorting. As second 5-engine tractor up here, Bauer out of Peyton, Iowa. We saw him earlier in the mini class. A little short on crew here this weekend, so only a couple guys able to come out with them. So So one win on the summer, that in Chapel Hill, Tennessee, the Super Bowl of the South for this 3-time Grand National Unlimited champion. Now, when we talked about the mini class and you talk about, the modified class, he used to run in the light unlimited class. He's got a total of 12 Grand National championships over the years. It's incredible what Adam has been able to do over the years. Matter of fact, back in 2013, won 3 championships in 1 year. Well, we haven't seen that since Tim Engler did it back in the 80s. Just incredible what Adam has done over the years. So right now he's got to set his sights on 331 and 97. That is the mark to beat here. Unlimited class. Here comes cross-threaded Adam Bauer.
11 trackers in the class. Let's see who's going to come out on top.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for right there. Adam Bauer right on our doorstep here, down at the end of the track. What a great run. And he is way out past that 350-foot mark here tonight. And we'll see here at the end of.
Welcome, everybody. I got Joe Ader and his boy on. We got little Joe in the background there. We're going to bring them on a little bit. Welcome to Let's Grow Pulling. It's Monday night, the 25th of August. Joe just clinched another Grand National Championship. I think it's 10 total. We'll dive into all that. He's going to come on in a minute with us. And then Kyle Petch, the Chief Operating Officer of the Outlaws, will be on with us in 30 minutes. Talk about their Outlaw points race, the Hoganics Midwest sweep, and their remaining schedule as well. Next time we'll see the Unlimiteds will be in Enderley. So I'm gonna let Full Pull Live continue to play, and then when Joe's runs come up, I'll unmute it and we'll play that. So let me know if you can hear me talking. I'm in a different spot tonight. I want to make sure my camera's working. So this was from Wellington, Ohio, this past Friday night, the Friday Night Spectacular, and then Saturday night we were in Randolph, Ohio, at the Portage County Fair. Of course, this Friday we're going to be in Wauseon, Ohio on Friday night, Canton, Ohio, Friday and Saturday night. Got a bunch of streams coming up as well. So excited to be here. I'm going to bring on Joe and Joe here in just a little bit. They're sitting backstage right now. Excited to have them come on. Joe Ader is always a great interview. I know he's a fan favorite, so I want a lot of questions from you guys tonight as well that are watching. Oh, now they're in here twice. I'm going to kill that one. Kit from the studio. Joe Jr.'s on here with me now. So let me know if you can hear me real quick. You can hear. Thank you, Randy. So here we go. Let's bring on Joe and Joe.
Hey.
Hey, guys.
How you doing tonight?
Good. How are you, bud?
Everything's good. Everything's good. We're just working in the shop and running some parts back and forth here between the race trailer and the shop, and we're pretty excited. We got a big surprise for the Enderley, and so we're getting things all geared up, ready to roll again.
Joe, do you have Wi-Fi in the shop, or what's your signal like in there right now in the shop?
Not very good.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
All right.
Not very good, but we can sure try it.
Okay.
Try it. Yeah.
Any better there?
Yeah, it seems to be better there. You started talking, then you broke up a little bit. So.
Okay, but no, we're just working on a tractor. It's a beautiful fall night out here, and I mean, it feels good just to have the season, I guess, over with. But I'd still want to pull some more. I mean, we finally got that thing working really good, and it's kind of one of them deals where we'd like to keep going, but we finished up just at the right time to get it.
I'm gonna wait for your internet to get a little better, Joe. Hopefully it gets better here in a second. Just be patient with us, people. I'm live with Joe Ader.
I'm moving
Just
to
wrapped up a Grand National Unlimited. Hoping to talk to him and little Joe tonight here. I think they're heading outside, maybe have some better internet. So.
Wi-Fi. We just need to be in the open. Is it any better right now?
Yeah, it is.
Is it any better? All right.
Yeah, it is.
We're just in the middle of nowhere currently.
Okay, well, we'll stay away from. We'll stand in the middle of the driveway. So if you call me in
That's
the middle
all
of January, I'll be in 4 foot of snow, and I'll do an interview for you. I'll do whatever it takes.
I appreciate it. Well, welcome everybody to Let's Grow Pulling. We have Wellington, Ohio. We have the limited class playing right now, courtesy of FullPull.live. This is last Friday night. Joe finished second on Friday night and wrapped up. That's your 5th unlimited. You have 10. You have 10 total championships now, right, Joe?
Yeah, one way back with ATPA, then PPL, and then the rest are all with NTPA. So it's been a good run. Just I don't know which classes or what, but just I don't know, pick a class and I'll run it and I'll try to win a title if I can on it.
I like it. Wellington, Billy laid down a monster pass out there Friday night. That was good for Billy to get a win. I interviewed him afterwards. He was talking a bunch of crap. I don't know if you got a chance to watch it yet, but it was super funny. I love what you guys do with each other in the competition, the fun you guys have.
Oh yeah, he's good. He's always talking. He only ran 4 motors when he's got 5 on and all that. So we got something really cool for the Enderley. And but anyways, Adam Bauer laid down an excellent run on that left-hand side out on the big end, and Billy went down through and laid down a really awesome run right in the middle of the track. And I was too scared to run over in that right corner. I really wanted to maybe try to finish in that right corner. It was the only virgin ground left, but I didn't like the way it worked up the night before. I watched Jim Miller put water in it, so I just decided we're going to either try to finish somewhere in that bottom left corner, and I just let that thing go over as far as I could, and just kept her away from that white line as best we could, and burned her in the ground and good enough for second place. That was really good.
Well, you really just needed a top 3 or top 5 finish, and just like I interviewed you before you pulled, and I said I know how competitive you are, but you do not have to win tonight. Let's see what's going on here. I don't know why. Can you hear me okay, Joe?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, good. So let's
we can run 13,000 horsepower down.
What's that? What's going on with my internet? Or is that you or me? I can't tell.
It's you.
Joe says it's you.
We're in the middle of nowhere.
You think it's me, Joe? Okay.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of nowhere. I like it. Stop sharing my screen. There, we'll try this now. I was playing that video. Maybe that was overlapped, but I got good internet at home. I don't know what's going on. So anyway, Joe Ader with us here. Joe, the season started out. You didn't get your first win till Bowling Green. Is that right?
Yeah. It's, but everybody stepped up, and it's been just such a great competitive year. Richardson taking 2 wins. Bauer got 1. I didn't come in till the end there to pick up a couple, but, it just got passed around, and it's such a competitive class. I mean, it's just hard to believe that it's gotten that strong, So we started out and we just kind of weren't on our game right away, and it caught up with me. I got up there, I sniffed the top there once, and then 9th place the next night, and sure shit, right back, fourth place again in the points. And you go into Bowling Green when you're down 4th or 5th in points, it's really hard to think that you could ever come out on top or be up in the hunt again.
Yeah, but I mean, do you feel like this is the toughest unlimited class in a long time, or how long have you been in the unlimited class, Joe?
Yeah, I'd have to say it. All the years I've been competing in it, this is definitely where everybody has definitely got their stuff together, and it just raw horsepower. I mean, it's unbelievable, and it just it's pretty cool that Theobalds can go out with the 3 motors like what they got there and just lay down them awesome runs, and then I can get in there and mix it up a little bit, and then we got Billy and Adam, so it's pretty cool, so we're excited to be able to run with them and mix it up. But boy, it's out there.
Yeah, it is. The Unlimiteds are awesome. I love all you guys because it's just, like you said, it's just raw horsepower. And that's it. You guys leave it on the track every single night, and that's what makes it fun. So if you just joined us, this is a Let's Grow Pulling podcast. We got Joe Ader on with us tonight. Just wrapped up. So the Enderley, you had to be in the top 5 to get to the Enderley, but Joe has a 10-point lead heading into the Enderley, so nobody can catch him at the Enderley. So he'll be officially crowned your Grand National Champion of the Unlimited class here on Saturday, September 13th. But still going to be fun to go there. Who all? Let me look at the points, Joe. Who's all in the top 5? Let's see how I'll do a screen share here.
We got David Richardson, and then we'll Billy Beers, and then I believe Theobald, and then Adam, I think, is in there.
Yep, Emax is first. That's you. 10 points back was David Richardson. War Wagon Billy Beers is in 3rd. Cross-Setted's in 4th. Full Blown Wicked's in 5th. Because they came in, there was like a 3-way tie for 5th, right? Or 6th, or for 4th place. Is that how it worked coming to the weekend? Yeah.
Yeah. It was quite the tight deal, so that was
Theobald's got in with wins, right? Ahead of Making Sense because they were both 17 points back, and they got the win in Chapel Hill, right?
Yeah. Yep. That is for sure. So
you had two firsts. Yeah, you had 2 firsts, 3 seconds, 1 third, and a 4th. Dave Richardson had 2 wins, 1 second, 2 fourths, and 1 fifth. Billy's got 2 wins, 1 second, 1 third, 1 fourth. Cross-Threaded has 1 win, 1 second, 1 third, and then 2 fourths. And then Theobald has 1 win and 2 fourths and 1 fifth. So, I mean, you want to talk about an even class, Joe, this year. This was fun.
Yeah, it was. And, they got the distances out there, who tugged the sled the furthest, and I think I'm leading that mess, but I mean, 2,800 feet or something. And then they're all right in there, 2,790, 2,700. I mean, it's really cool, to see, how tight we are matched up, and like that first show was probably one of the best that I've ever competed in was up there at Toma. We put 6 tractors right up there within, 4.5, 5 feet of each other. And, it's just good for the fans and the sport itself. And, it's a 2-wheel drive, a mini rod, a 4-wheel drive truck. They all got cubic inch limits and motors and this and that. And, everything, it's like a pro stock car, they're dialed in right to a T. So you would think that they would all go out and finish, within 4 or 5 feet each other. But when you got 3 screw chargers, 4 motors like mine with 18s, and then you got, Billy Beers and Adam, with 5 motors, and you're putting them all down there within 5, 6 feet each other down at the 370 foot mark. I mean, that's really awesome. It's like, different frames, different driving styles, different chassis. I mean, it just motor combinations, it just, the gear ratios are from one end of the spectrum to the other, it just, it's pretty neat how it all kind of ends up there, so it, but anyways,
the distance for you is 2,951 feet. And then Dave Richardson, 2,778. Billy's 2,843. And then 2,876 was Cross-Threaded, and Full Blown Wick is 2,808. So yeah.
Okay.
I never knew they did that, but Joe. That's kind of funny. I've never seen that before in my life.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, to think that I got to spend, if I don't kick the rods out of it here at the Enderley, to rebuild 4 motors, I'm probably looking at $60,000 to pull a sled 2,800 feet. It's like people think I'm nuts, but that's what we do.
That's what you do. No, it's good for pulling one. Unlimited class is badass. So it is definitely is badass right now, without a doubt.
Yeah.
So it's exciting.
Yes,
let's see.
it is.
Lindsay Campbell says, I am thankful for Joe's guidance. He's helped me a lot. Well, she's doing really good in the points, Joe. So Lindsay appreciates that. So.
Yeah, she's her first run was down there in Ocala, Florida. Mary Kale goes out and turns upside down just in front of her, and then we had a guy on a scraper tractor get his leg caught or something like that. So the poor girl went through a lot of trauma sitting there, waiting to hook. And then I just said, be calm, collected, and I just gave her the old Joe Ader, just go out and just 1, 2, 3 on the throttle, just be smooth, and let's get 1 pass under your belt. And she's doing a great job. The whole team, they're just they're good pullers. They're great for our sport, and so glad they're out there and doing a really good job this year. And then, a chance to clinch that championship there, possibly at Wauseon, if they have the cards go in the right direction.
Yep, I got the mini rod points in front of me right now. Little Bear's got a 3-point lead over Footloose. That flip-flopped at Wauseon or in Wellington last week. Lindsay is 6 back and 3rd. Adam Bauer's 4th back and Iron Toy. And then Ken Benny's about 23 back. So Wauseon is Friday night. Then the top 5 then move on to the end of the day. Unless there's a really big shakeup, that kind of looks like your top 5. But, you've seen it at Bowling Green. What did you say you came into Bowling Green at, 4th or 5th place? And you came out of there at first. So
yeah, I know. It's just I couldn't believe we turned it around, and the double up wins there after we've been this year just trying to get down the track and be consistent, But we changed a bunch of stuff around and got our act together, and it's a challenge, and the unfortunate part of the whole thing, and it's sad, but the season's coming to an end, and it's like, my God, it just really feeling good about everything right now. And it's like, now we got to, 7 months off again. And that's a long time to go in hibernation. So it's tough to get up there and get rolling and be good at it right from the beginning. I always seem to get really decent at this game, probably around the 1st of August, and, try to, it takes me a couple practice runs, I guess, so maybe next year I need to rent a sled and go down to Campbell's and just see if I can go down and make a few laps, get experience under my belt and feel comfortable with the thing. And then maybe I can go out and do some better pulling in the beginning of the year.
I don't know. It's, I don't care what you do, Joe, but it was fun this year. It was fun. Chris Kilbarger.
Yeah, it's fun.
He said, is Skag staying on the tractor? Where are you at with Skag? You kind of debuted that and talked about them at Bowling Green.
Yeah, I'm doing a deal for them right now. Just trying to bring them on board, and I want to get keep them involved with us. And the big thing is any one of these sponsors, especially Mac K and Emax. We had 3 guys this weekend that come up and talked about air compressors. So anything we market on this tractor is it's just not to get the sponsorship. It's about me doing my job on the track and off the track of trying to make these guys not only look good, but then, try to sell their product, and like the Skag thing, it's, we sold, I think, 3 motors out of Bowling Green. The salesman did, the local reps. And I think we got a couple here this weekend out of Wellington, Ohio. And, so, it just, as long as we're out there and running good and looking good, I'm just very proud of all these American companies to be on board with me. And there's plenty of room for more people if they want to jump on. But, it's all about everybody working together, and, just we all got to eat, so it's important that everybody, gets a shot at the barrel and, takes advantage of, the opportunity when it comes around.
Yep. No, but I mean, if people will see that on your tractor, Joe, it could encourage other people to start coming in too, because we have a ton of fans and loyal fans, and the sponsors that have been involved in the sport.
Absolutely.
But I'm also sick of getting paid the same that we got in the 90s, or probably got paid more in the 90s than we are now. So, I mean, you can probably talk about pulling back in the day. And I've talked to Dave Richardson about back in the TNT days and the hot rod days. And those are some pretty big money purses back then. So,
yeah. We don't need $100,000, but boy, 10, 15,000 a weekend would sure be nice to run for, because believe it or not, this tractor costs about $75,000 to $8,000 a pass right now to get down the track. And that's not throwing rods on the ground. I mean, you start breaking them, that number goes up big time. But, for the amount of hooks we got and the wear and tear we got, and at the end of the year, it's $8,000. And, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I could own a $150,000 cheap boat, and it wouldn't thrill me. Nothing like this thing here with, 340 feet, just growling at me and throwing dirt in the air. That's a ride. So
yes, it is. Yes, it is. So Randy Barker's got a question, and I'm going to make him explain it a little bit more. I'm going to read it, and then Randy, I want you to type back in. Randy's watching on YouTube right now. Do got a question. From a mindset of seasoned pullers, is there a place somewhere in the country that most of you pullers would agree you'd like to see a track? So I'm wondering if he's asking, like, if there was a new spot. I'm not sure, Joe. I'm going to let Randy pipe back in there. You pretty much have pulled everywhere you can, pretty much, right? I would say from.
Yeah. I never made it to California. I got out as far as Rock Springs, Wyoming. I guess Florida and all the South and all that, but I've never really got way out on the West Coast or anything. And then we had the chance to go over to
Wyoming. Joe, who'd you pull with in Wyoming?
That was with NTPA, because I remember I went out there with Banner Brothers. They were still pulling like in 95, 96.
Okay.
And I went out there as a 4-motor, I think a 7,200 mod or something. Shouldn't have went. It was too far. Did terrible. So, but it's what we do.
Nice.
So
nice. Yeah. So Randy's basically saying, is there a state or just specifically a location? Like, Joe, is there a spot that you think needs to have a pull? Like, if you could pick a spot anywhere in the country that could have a pull that Joe wants to go to and take all of his unlimited buddies with him.
I really wish we could get something back here in Western New York again. Hamburg, New York. You hear Ed Hart and all these guys years ago that started such a great thing, and Syracuse State Fair. I even enjoyed Cook, New Hampshire years ago. At Essex Junction, Vermont. But it's tough. When you get into the end of the year, guys don't want to. They're tired, they're burned out, and they don't want to go any further out of Ohio than, it's easy for me because it's only 6 hours to Essex Junction, Vermont, or something like that, or Syracuse is 2.5 hours. But, I don't know. I believe central location, if we stay Virginia, pretty much Ohio, Indiana, North Carolina, maybe not down that far, but and then get up maybe into Michigan. I'd like to get up there into some of that sand country, where I could really I like them kind of pulls where a little bit of a challenge of a track. That's where I seem to dial my stuff in a little bit. So I don't know. Sure enjoy Wisconsin. Minnesota's nice. So hell, I'll go anywhere. Let's go.
When was the last time we've had a Grand National in New York? Like, did Langford used to be a Grand National?
Yeah, it got started. It had a chance, and it just fizzled out because basically, we just a pull that they never really gave a chance, and it's a shame because I would have really done everything we could have, to keep it going. Wayne Purser all the way from Norman, Oklahoma, and Richardson and all these guys, Chuck Knapp, they loved it. They're guys that it was the furthest pull away for these guys, and they love to go here. It's pretty country. We got just so much to see. Niagara Falls is 35 miles from us, and so I don't know. I'd like to maybe try to do something down the road, but it's just little discouraged over that deal, but not much we can do about it. So, but I still think, Ohio finishing up at the end of the year like this is pretty awesome. It's kind of just a nice central location for everybody, and we can all get together and pull, so it makes a nice area for everybody to go and run.
I'm working with Full Pull the last couple of years, Joe. I cannot believe the crowds they get in Ohio. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Geez, even some of the county fairs that we go to, like for, like a region event or an OSTPA event or something like that. Saturday night, we were in Randolph, Ohio at the Portage County Fair, Joe. There's 5,000 people there, which is insane.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And they sit close.
Yeah.
And it's fun to see that. It's been fun to get out and see different parts, of the country the last couple of years.
Yeah. That's, the Bowling Green crowd and all that. But, Wellington the other night, that really packs them in. And, it's kind of exciting, with Skag coming on board. They wanted to kind of see some numbers, Of course, we took them to the biggest show of the year, Bowling Green, but they were impressed already with Wellington, and it. So it's. I know you guys were down to Greenville the other night, and that's a really nice pull. and I love Fort Recovery.
They said it used to be a Grand National, Joe, but they said it's just so expensive to have all the Grand National classes. But they had a nice crowd. They had a nice show. So
yeah, for sure. That's always been a good one. So
you've pulled there then?
Yeah. Yep. I pulled there. We'd go from Bowling Green. I believe we'd go to Greenville, and then we'd catch Wellington on the Friday night on the way home. So there was always somewhere to go in Ohio. I know like Bob Jostock, he would go to Lima, Ohio, and he would catch 2-3 pulls in between. And I give that guy a lot of credit. He would pull in with 3-4 engines and up to 5 at one time, and then he'd be pulling a 2-motor state level thing somewhere in Ohio. So I remember all the good times there. Seeing them guys come in and just keep taking motors in and out, and it's pretty neat.
Nice. Marty Wilson's checking in. Hey guys, great to see Joe on here. Hello from Camp Venny. Doing some prep work for Wasion. Great show. Team Ader is awesome. And it's Joe Ader, everybody. It's not Eder, it's Ader. So I just want everybody to know that.
Pronounce it with an A. Yep.
Let's see here. Other questions. Marty says you're the last team to compete in Ahoy. Is that true? Must be.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we had a good time over there. It was.
Was that the mini, Rob? You had the mini over there, right? Or did you take the big tractor?
Yeah, I took them both over there. Okay. Yep. It was pretty cool. That sea level scared me. And I guess what really made me nervous was the tractor was going to come back, and we literally, by the time it come off the boat and when it, into the hauler and basically off to Ricky Rose's pull, we literally had like a week or two, and I was scared of that good air over there burning everything up and coming home and just knowing I'd had parts to fix and motors broke and all that stuff. So it was kind of one of them things where I should have come back in the pull off, because everybody makes a full pull over there, round one. And I was too scared to come back, and I didn't really know how they did it over there, but it was a great experience. I really, we'll see where things go here in the next year or two, but I'm really excited about maybe wanting to go over and do that pull there, that one that Boxler went to.
Yeah, Mata.
Yep. I'm pretty excited about that. It just looks like a great place to go. So
are Stag mowers worldwide, or are they just in North America?
I would think just North America, from what I understand. I mean, they're based out of Wisconsin and all that, but I know Polar Air and Emax, everybody in the world uses air compressors, so we're always gonna make sure that if we go overseas, we'll make sure we pedal air compressors over there for sure.
Absolutely. Brandon Wilkins said, would love to see today's unlimited class at Twin Creeks, Inwood, Ontario. I never heard of that briefly.
Oh my God, that would be great. I missed that pull. So this is how far it goes back for me. My crew guy, Brian, and I were there, and it was about a 40-degree night, and things got cold. And I remember we put a 100-pound international weight up against a burning barrel and got this thing not red hot, but got it pretty hot. And we carried it with a glove over and put it in our old school bus. And that was our heater for the night. So we roughed it years ago, people. I mean, but I'd love to go to that pull. Warren Powers, when he did that show, it was just so cool. It was such a great atmosphere. You sat on top of this hill, and, the people they had there was just great. And the tracks were awesome. If you couldn't turn your gear there, buddy, I mean, that one there would definitely touch you. That was a powerhouse there.
I feel like, is it hard to get pulling tractors into Canada, Joe, or is it just like, I go up there to go fishing, but never tried to take something like that across.
I don't know. I really never had no problems, and I've hauled motors up there and stuff for other guys, and I've really never had many problems at all. You pull in there, and I remember one time we come back from somewhere up in Canada, and coming back in, I think they're all coming here to Hamburg, New York or something. And I remember, I think it was Bonnages, ended up getting x-rayed and all that. I mean, the most honest group of guys in the whole league, and they get checked out, and me and Tom LaRue go, flying through with colors, no problem. So it was pretty cool.
All right, I got one more question for you, and thanks for jumping on tonight. I got Kyle Petch. We're going to go outlaw pulling after this. Can you take me through the different setups in the unlimited class? So I'm going to say Doug Theobald. So he's got 3. How can he compete with 3, like with Billy's 5? I'm a diesel guy through and through, Joe, but I love the unlimited class. How is Theobald able to do that with 3? And then I kind of want to go through everybody's tractor. And like when you say 18s, that's basically explain to me and the people watching what all these numbers mean. Break it down for us 4th graders, if you will.
So a screw blower, doesn't take hardly any horsepower to turn. So these roots blowers that I got here, they're 1871s. They're 3.5 inches longer than a 1471, which is on a 2-wheel drive. These blowers will take probably close to 550, 600 horsepower to turn. The roots or the screw blowers like Theobald's, doesn't take, I don't know the exact numbers, and I don't want to be, trying to do a school here and not know what the hell I'm doing, but I know the power is way down on them as far as it just frees up the crankshaft on the motor. And he's, it just, they rev them right up, and man, that thing just, it hooks to the ground with 3 motors. You got a little extra weight to play with, so you can get a hole shot on a marginal track, so that's a pretany potent tractor. I mean, I've been scared of that one there most of the season, to be honest with you, so you got 4
how many guys are running screws then in your class, Joe?
We got Griswold's and Brad's got 1 tractor there. So we got there. Mark Cole's got 2 on there, and then 2 roots blowers. So that's a interesting combination. It's going to be a low end torque thing with the roots blowers on the bottom end, and then maybe the height, the roots or the screw things will take over, so, but, so there's, I'd say we got 8, we're looking at probably 12, 13 blowers out there, that are screw blowers, so, and then, you got like Bowers or the nice, minor brother engine with, 1471, and just a real nice combination that runs consistent all the time, makes really good horsepower, and they can rev it up pretty good, and Adam's a hell of a driver to get the thing down the track. So that's a pretty potent tractor there. So, I mean, Ricky Rose, 4 with 14s, I believe he's got on there. So, it's just pretty cool, all the different combinations. So
what's Purser have? Because Purser has 5. What's he have? Do you have minor brothers?
No, I think he runs Brad Anderson's on there. But he's I believe they are. And I think he runs 1871s on 4 of them, and maybe a 871 on the top engine or something. Just he's always so close on weight with that tractor. So
okay.
And Billy's them are 5 minor brothers with just a Wayne Keith combination that just runs, makes good horsepower. And and Billy's a hell of a driver. He might be crazy and nuts and run around the pit area and all that, but when you get serious, that boy can bring it on. And I've seen it here the past couple weekends here. We've been shaking the bush back and forth. They're pretty good. So it's but I got a good surprise here for him. Joe, you're gonna have to help me here with this camera. But so Billy, he's all about all these engines and all that. And so
I'm gonna take over for a minute.
Okay.
Let me figure out how to flip the camera. Okay. Is that flipped? Yeah, it's flipped. Okay. So Billy, he got 5 engine, but he turns 1 off. So we're adding a 5th engine, but as you can see, 2 of the superchargers are off. The reason that is because we're only running 3 out of 5. We have to have some competition with them.
So we just want to have a little fun, but this had run out of steering wheel room here. It would we're going to go belt drive on this because that's what Billy was telling me how it would work, So but that'd be real close to my steering here. So, but we're just having some fun. But we appreciate everything you guys do, and it's that Enderley pull-off's going to be a nice show down there, and I'm really looking forward to going down there. And I'd like to say I'd love to finish top 5, but I'm going to go down and lay it out, and I'm pretty excited. I think I could I'd like to say I can knock it in the top 3 out down there if I can keep her together.
Sure. Well, I mean, you have the championship, wrapped up, so you can kind of go for it. So I like it.
Yeah, and I guess it's kind of a cool deal, where they're going to put the. You want to turn this camera around here for me?
What do you need, Dad?
Turn this around.
Yeah.
But if if we can go down there and put a good show on for all the guys, that's going to be really good for the crowd. With TV there and everything, it's important, so crown the champions in front of, the Enderley pull-off. That's pretty cool, so looking forward to it.
Billy Beers is watching. He says, I'm not going to lie. That is awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
That's the best. When I interviewed him Saturday or Friday night in Wellington, he said he was going to call ICE and not let you get into Ohio or whatever he was going to stop you at the New York border. That was so funny. So I love it. Oh
yeah. He's really good.
Hey, Billy.
He's really good for the sport. He's got his daughter's wedding coming up this weekend, and that's going to be pretty special for him. And but the whole deal with him is Wayne Keefe. I just truly like that guy a lot. He's built engines for me when he worked at Sassy Engines with John Card and Brian Knox there, and just so much old school, good guys. And that's what makes this whole game. I got, who's that guy there that drove for Banner and all them, but that Smith, he's been helping me on the tractor and all that. Norm Smith, yeah. And I just put him in the seat and let him drive it back and forth to Bowling Green. And God, you could just see the excitement in him, and he is just excited. I called him on Friday night and I told him, we clinched this deal, and he was just excited to be part of the team, so we're going to be including him more and more down at the Enderley. I'm going to try to get him to help us do a little bit more. And, I am really fortunate being in this game for this long and to be able to have such good people, way back to the Tim Engler and the Banner brothers, Pat Friels, John Heilman, just all them good people, and then all the way up till today. And, and it's like, wow, I've seen so many people come and gone, and, it's just good to see all this stuff. And, it's my passion and I love it. And, I just can't wait to go out and run again.
I love it. Joe, thanks for your time tonight. Thanks for little Joe. I'll see you guys at the Enderley, and let's keep messing with Billy. Okay. It's fun for everybody. So,
yeah, that's right.
Make sure you bring Smelly to Enderley.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Sounds good. Well, thank you very much, and appreciate how hard you guys. Yep. Take care.
See you, bud. Joe Ader, everybody. And it is Eder with an A. And I should learn how to click on the right button. See, I gave Kenzie the night off. This is what happens when I give Kenzie the night off. I can't run anything. No, where'd my camera go? There it is. So Let's Grow Pulling Monday night. We just had Joe Ader on here. I'm going to talk with Kyle Petch next, Chief Operating Officer of the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association. The Outlaws were the first national organization to really team up with Beer Money Pulling Team and me, and we helped them to live stream and announce it, and I'll be forever grateful for the rest of my life to Kurt Van Beek, and I love the Outlaws with everything that I have. So excited to talk to Kyle tonight. They're having an amazing season. We're going to talk about points, the points race, and all their classes. They have 6 hooks, I think, left. So we're going to go through each class there. We're going to talk about the Holganics Midwest Summer Sweep as well. Holganics has came on to be a big partner, big sponsor with the Outlaws as well. And then we'll talk about, I think, coming up, I think we have Unionville, Buckner, Bedford, Spencer. I'm missing one. Oh, South Dakota State Fair coming up. So we'll talk about all those events. I'll bring Kyle on next. Thanks to Joe Ader. Been having so much fun with the Unlimited guys this year, and I got to repost that video. Go to Full Pull Facebook, scroll down to Friday night, and Billy Beer's winter interview. It was freaking awesome. He makes me laugh every time. So I'm gonna bring on the Kyle Petch. Kyle Petch, how are you, buddy?
Good. How are you doing?
Great. Hey, we got red shirts on tonight.
Wait, I got the memo.
You got the memo.
Yeah.
I got the memo. Man, I don't know. Every year we kind of do this. Like we kind of like, oh, I can't wait for the season to start. And then you have like 90 million pulls like the Outlaws do, and you get wore out and you're tired. And now, you kind of have a couple of days off, and you're like, oh, let's go pulling again. So I feel like the pulling season it's a roller coaster.
We're in a little bit of a yo-yo right now.
Yep.
It's like we got done with Iowa State Fair and Wisner, and we had a weekend of stuff before that. And so last week it was kind of refreshing to only have one event this past weekend. It was kind of like a vacation and a break, but
yeah,
we're
I try to do live look-ins from all the events on fullpull.live, and I was in Wellington Friday night, and then Saturday night we were in Randolph, Ohio, with OSTPA. So then I jumped on. I love Prairie Village. First time I've ever been there. The only time I'd heard about it, I was driving by with an Outlaw puller, maybe Kurt one time, and he's like, yeah, that's Prairie Village over there, and there's the crazy fans. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And then the first year I went, and it's just like there's people everywhere.
Yeah, they went and made some big improvements. They went and widened their track out this year and just really improved the facility from that perspective, hauled in some new dirt. And their biggest problem right now is they don't have enough stands. And they've got some pretty good sized stands right now. So
yeah, they do.
It's a great event.
Yeah, and they do like antique pulling and farm stock pull. I mean, they got all kinds.
Yeah, there was 4 days. They did antiques and stuff on Thursday. Then Friday night they had Great Plains pullers in there and did a bunch of stuff. We were in there Friday night, and I think Sunday morning when I was leaving, they were getting ready to pull some more antiques. So it's 4 days of nonstop around there.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Well, let's jump in. Do you want to go points first, or
sure?
Let's get personal first. Let's
sure.
talk about that. Let's talk about that turbine tractor that you and your dad own that Cason's driving, and it's having a hell of a season. So let's talk about Kyle for just a little bit.
Sure.
Take the COO hat on. You guys are having a hell of a year with that turbine tractor.
We have. For those that don't know, we've pulled a single turbine for a long time. Had a couple points championships with Outlaws, and just over time, horsepower's changed, and the single turbine couldn't keep up anymore. So last year we built a twin turbine with T55s on it, and kind of struggled with it throughout the year, different combination things, and made a couple changes over the winter, some tires, some gear ratios, and it really has come alive. And so this year, my role of taking on COO with Outlaws, really at the show, I'm busy with the show. And my son was able to start driving. So I just put him in the seat and said, go for it. And he has had a great season this year. Right now, we are leading the points in the modified class. And I would say it's probably one of the best modified classes that we've had probably ever in the Outlaws.
Yep.
Just the combinations that we have at the 7,400 pounds with the twin Hemi combinations, 3 Chevys, twin turbines in there. And so we've just been making good, consistent passes throughout the season. And that's really what it takes, staying consistent with that. And he's done a great job driving. I help him kind of get things weighted. We kind of find the spot where we're thinking we want to go down the track and tell him to go. And he executes. It's fun to watch. And it's also fun for me to kind of stand off to the side a little bit and watch him and my dad really tag team this tractor together this year. They're the ones that are really responsible for making that thing go. So great season.
This picture's from the Iowa State Fair. Kenzie starting to get some. She's had a little bit of time to upload some of her photos, and this is her real passion, taking photos, and she's really good at it. So it's nice to see some of these up here on the Outlaw socials. So it's good to see that.
Yeah. So Iowa State Fair was the one poll that I never could win. I've won every big poll, everything that you could win with the Outlaws, and both nights at Rock Valley, both nights at Wisner, both nights at Ravenna, all in the same season. That year, Doug Lively showed up the Iowa State Fair. I had it won, and he was last hook and come through and beat me. So that was the one that eluded us, and Kaysen was able to get it for us this year. So very excited about that.
Yeah, Kaysen's done good. I think only mistake he's made was Wayne. He went out of bounds, and Wayne got caught on that right side. If I was watching the stream that night, I think, right?
Yeah, that's really the only real bobble that he's had. But as any of us that have sat in the seat of a tractor at all for any point in time, you've got to learn how to shoot in the sidelines, and you don't know until you've lived and died by hitting that out of bounds line. And we've all been there.
Yeah, what people don't realize, you can pound on a brake all you want, and like a 30.5 with that much horsepower, they don't care. They don't care about brakes. They eat brakes.
And that's what he said. He's like, I was laying on it, and that's where it was wanting to go. And so, but hey, if that's your only kind of real bobble or issue that you've had all season, I think he's had a pretty good season going so far.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been great. Again, if you're just joining us, this is Kyle Petch. He's the COO of the Outlaws, runs the day-to-day stuff with the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association. Is it 6 pulls left? So
yes,
South Dakota State Fair, Unionville, Buckner, Bedford, Spencer, and then Lufkin, right?
Yep. Two nights in Lufkin, Texas to wrap everything all up.
Perfect. If anybody has any questions for Kyle, please type them into the comments. And then, like I said, we got all the points races updated. I did include the 2 region classes as well, Kyle. And then we'll talk about organic. So we'll share that, and then we'll just see what all pops up on here. So fun having Joe Ader on, his little boy. It's been fun watching those two. It's fun. I love little kids like that age, that 8 to 14, 8 to 12. They're fun because they're old enough to know what's going on, but yet they're not so old that they're getting cocky. They're just happy to be there. And I love it. So.
And the kids like that, they've grown up around it. They know more than us adults at times. It seems like they're on top of everything.
I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, so I'm going to start putting up. I'm just going to go. I don't have any particular order, Kyle. I was just snapping them from the Outlaw app.
Yep.
So 2-wheel drive. This is naturally aspirated 2-wheel drives. I'm going to take my banner down here. So Running Wild, Luke Rentner. I feel like he or the Dirt win it last year? Do you know off the top of your head?
I believe they won it last year as well.
They pretty much have dominated. I mean, I watched a lot of the live streams. I've been to a couple polls this year, but they've had a lot of firsts this year. Luke Rentner and Running Wild there. So
yeah, consistency. We talked about it earlier, and that's a consistent truck. So
yep. Let's see here.
And they'll actually be wrapping their season up here at South Dakota State Fair in Huron this coming weekend. So
yeah, Ron will have to start putting his hat on because he starts wrapping up points championships starting to happen here.
Yeah.
Jacob Hardy says, looking forward to Buckner. Love seeing both the heavy and the light mods at the same event. Yeah. So that's one thing I want to stress. So with Full Pull Live, we cover NTPA, we cover Outlaws, we do WTPA and other but the mod class with the Outlaws is a 7,400-pound class. And that's where you see the 3 Chevys and you see the 2 turbines. You see a lot more variety in there. And I think that's one of the things that's really catapulting it, with the NTPA Grand National, Kyle, at 6,200 pounds. And there's only so many things that can actually fit in that thing. That's where, like, I feel like Cambridge, Illinois, what was that one in was it Cambridge, Iowa? Yeah.
Cambridge, Illinois.
And Donaldson, Iowa. You had that sweep there where you had Bollinger show up with the Allisons. You had Hush Money show up. You had 16 or 17 mods.
We had 16 there at Cambridge, and I think one of them couldn't come over, so we were at 15 at Donaldson. But then we had a poll in Freeport, Illinois, and it was the same thing. We had 15 of them there. Bollingers were there, Phipps was there, Sullivan's was there, Bargies were there. And the thing about that 7,400-pound weight class, and I think versus the lighter, you can get some of that horsepower down on the track. You can balance it. You can put on a show. We've had a pass this year where we were just short of 40 mile an hour halfway down the track. And it's, to me, I think it's one of the best mod classes that are out there. I might be a little prejudiced, but I truly believe that. I truly believe it.
Well, I mean, we've talked to Wayne Sullivan about it. Like, we've interviewed Wayne at NTPA Grand Nationals. We asked him about what it's like pulling with the Outlaws. And when I talked to him at Rock Valley, he talked about the 2 differences. The biggest thing for them is just getting it weighted right. What do you do with 1,200 pounds kind of a thing.
Yeah, they've come and run with us a couple times now here in the past year. And, just talking to them, really kind of learning what to do with that weight and kind of figuring it out. And you change gear ratios and stuff a little bit. And it's good.
Is it a T55 or a Chinook or a Lycoming?
So it is a T55 Lycoming that was used in the Chinook helicopter. How's that for an answer?
Ron, I need to write stuff down when Ron's announcing because he knows all that stuff there. Again, if you're just joining us, more people are jumping on. But this is Kyle's tractor. Him and his dad and his son Kaysen drives it. They're currently leading the points. So we have to give a little shout out to these guys tonight here. What were some other questions I had in the comments? Sorry. Is your chassis home built or other?
That's all home built. We built that all ourselves, my dad and I. So
nice.
Yeah.
Kevin Davis, our Wayne, Nebraska promoters. Outlaws have a lot of great shows. Glad to be part of it.
And Kevin in the Wayne County Fair up there is one of our upcoming up and rising events. Really, they put on a great show up there.
I think they've crossed that upcoming threshold.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the. I don't know, and I'm not going to make you do this, but I can do it as outside like it's a top 5 outlaw event. You know, he start throwing the name of the Rock Valley. The one night, makes it. I mean, I know why Kevin does one night. It's a fair, and they got a demo derby, and they got to have a rodeo, and they got to have a country music, and then they got to have this and that. But man, they pack them in for one night there.
Yeah.
And that's polling country out there. I mean, you look at what West Point's doing, Pierce is doing. Of course, Wisner's out there. There's a lot of freaking good polls. I didn't realize, Kyle, how close they all were until when I ran points in 22 for my 4-1. I had no idea there was that many big polls that close to each other.
Yeah, Northeast Nebraska, Northwest Iowa, up in there. It's kind of like Ohio and Illinois and all of those areas. You could have a poll every night, and your crowds will show up, and they love their tractor pulling up in that area, and we enjoy going to all of those locations. They all have something unique about them. You get to saying, hey, you've only got to pull 20 miles down the road from each other, but they each have their own unique thing about them.
Yeah.
And
no, that's great to see. Jacob Hardy says Cambridge and Freeport were amazing as far as mods go. I never thought I'd see Allison's winning a heavy mod again. That was cool. The Volunteers did that. So
that class was just awesome to witness because you had quite the variation in horsepower, and you saw Twin Allison win there again. You had Twin Hemis up in there. We finished 3rd that night with Twin Turbines, and that class, it's one you throw everybody's name in a hat, and no matter who you draw out, it could be a winner that night. It's fun to watch.
Morgan Schulte says, don't quote me, but I don't think NTPA allows aircraft engines in the Grand National Light Mod. That I do not know. I
believe the turbines are not allowed in that. Allison's, I'm not sure, but
yeah. But again, that's a difference.
It's different. Yeah.
Right. 2 different setups there. And I'm not trying to show the comparison of it because there's been great growth on that side of it as well. I would say, I feel like diesel trucks are still popular, very popular, but there was like a surgence of diesel trucks 10 years ago. And I feel like we went through I'm talking kind of nationally, Kyle.
Yeah.
There was a mini rod explosion. And now I feel like light mod is the next class in like the NTPA side of the world. And then on the outlaw side of the world, the mod class for you guys, because you can do so many different combinations. I love it. I love it. The 7400. So
yeah, there's a lot of different combinations
because you hear that European mod classes. There's so many. They have the Griffins. They got this. And speaking of that, where is old Doug Both at with the Griffins?
He ran at Pullers Championship and had some engine problems there, and then he's just been fighting gremlins all year long. Thinks he has something lined out, and then it isn't working. And so hopefully we'll see him here towards the end of the season.
Yeah. Well, Lufkin, I know. Are we running mods in Lufkin?
Yes, we are. Yep.
Okay. And people, Lufkin, Texas, put that on your freaking calendar. If you're looking to sneak away, it is a sleeper pull, and it is so much fun down there. I love it. Absolutely love it. So kind of a homer. I can be more of a homer than Kyle can, so it's all good. Chris Kilbarger, only in heavy mod. Okay.
Yeah.
Randy Barker. Randy's watching because they earned together. Yeah. So when you jumped on, Kyle, I went live onto the Outlaw page as well. So this is our Let's Go Polling podcast. We do this every Monday night. And then Ron and Mike do Outlawed Live Tuesday nights at 7. And I just wanted to bring Kyle on tonight to catch on. Try getting Skylar Leaper on, but he said he went to let me read the text message to you. So Skylar's leading 3-0 diesel trucks. And I said to Kyle this morning, because I do everything last second, I said, hey, Kyle, I want to have on some Outlaw points champions tonight, or people leading the points. I'm going to have Joe Ader on because he just wrapped up the points over there on the NTPA side. So they changed it this year, Kyle, with NTPA. The Enderley was always like Sam Leitch or Wasion or Canton kind of crown it. Well, this year the top 5 go, and there's still a chance, but Joe has a 10-point lead, so it's sewed up for him. And same with Pro Stock and Chase won 2-wheel drives But some of their classes are still really tight, just like some of the point races, which when I quit yakking, we'll get into all those in a little bit. But this is a funny text message to Skylar. I got to read this. Pullers are the best. I really, really appreciate this. And I love this weather right now. Kyle, is like 68 degrees today in Wisconsin. So he said, I'd love to, but I went to the boat races at the Lake of Ozarks this weekend, and my phone went swimming. This ancient phone I'm using now till tomorrow has both cameras busted. New phone should be here tomorrow, but then I got to try to remember all the passwords. I should be good to go next week. So Skylar Leeper will be on Let's Grow Pulling next week. Last year's 3-0 diesel truck champion beat out Jason Wayman. That's not an easy feat to do ever. And I've seen those guys run against other diesels and corners and Lufkin and stuff like that. So.
And he had a really good weekend, not this weekend, but the weekend before at Wisner, Nebraska. I think
you said he went 3 for 3 there, eh?
I think he went 3 for 3. Yes.
That's really freaking good. Mike Idle's watching, so we'll let Mike confirm that. He'll be our resident statistician tonight. So. Okay. Sorry, Kyle. I haven't. It's fun talking to you in this setting like this. We're always just, hey, I need you to do this. I need you to do this. Okay. Tonight we can actually just kind of BS a little bit. So we did natural aspirate 2-wheel drives. Pretty much Luke, long as Luke shows up. Well, no.
Well, that there's only one hook left for those guys. So I would say that one's pretty much a wrap.
It's 30 for first, right? 28 for second.
28.
So and that's one thing, fans, if you're not familiar with the Outlaws, if you win, you get an extra point. I like that. That's kind of neat. There's a little incentive for out there winning. And then you have some. Do any other associations have drops like you do, Kyle, with the Outlaws?
I don't know.
Okay,
but
how many? The drops are dependent upon how many hooks you have, right?
Like so really, if most of our classes, we will drop the lowest 2 hooks. And then if most of those classes have somewhere in the range of 15 to 26, 27 hooks. If you're in about the 10 to 19 range, we're going to drop 1 with it in there. And for those unfamiliar, we run so many hooks. Like our pro stock class, I think this year had 28 hooks. Another class had 27, 26. So what we do with our competitors is we will drop your lowest 2 finishes. So if you have a family reunion or some reason that you can't make it, it doesn't take you out of the points chase. You're allowed a couple of those hooks in there. For those that are just diehard competitors, love tractor pulling, they don't miss a hook, it gives you a couple chances to go out of bounds, have a mess up, do things like that, and you don't lose an entire season and points championship off of one bad night somewhere with that. So we do allow some drops with that.
Cool. No, I like that. I like that a lot. So we talked about natural aspirated 2-wheel drive. So Luke Renner, show up to the South Dakota State Fair Monday at 1:00, right?
Yes. Yep.
Have you been? Let's Google Earth. Let's Google Earth it. You got time, Kyle?
Sure.
Okay, let's Google Earth it. Google Earth. When's the last time have the Outlaws ever been at the South Dakota State Fair before?
Yeah, we've been up there a few different times. I want to say it's 6-7 years ago was the last time we were up there. Okay. Me personally, it would have been late 90s, early 2000s when I was last up there pulling.
Search Google. Or it's in Huron. Am I saying that right?
Yep, Huron, South Dakota.
I'll just put South Dakota State Fair. Have you ever seen a Google car how they do this? Or
yes,
like the
actually, I've driven by 2 of them, I think, in my life.
Yep. I saw one in California.
The one when it was right in front of my house.
That's cool. Did you wave at it?
No, I didn't. But you looked it up later. You saw me driving by it.
I like it. All right. I forgot how. Kenzie always does all this stuff for me, so give me a second. Share screen. Google Earth. All right. Here's so I typed in South Dakota State Fair, Kyle. So let's see if we can find it. Does that look right?
No, it should be kind of a racetrack grandstand type of setup.
There it is.
Yeah, there you go. Back to the north.
Yep. Dakota State Fair Speedway. Okay. So it looks like pit parking in the middle. Would you agree?
Yep. Yes. Yep.
Okay. Then you're going to pull on the main straight stretch there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Unless something has
Dude,
totally
that's a big
changed.
grandstand, Kyle.
Yeah, it is. If I remember right from last time I was there, if you've been to the Clay County Fair in Spencer, Iowa, it's kind of a similar type of setup with that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, is Heartland bringing any classes in on Monday, or is it all national?
Nope, this is all national classes that we've got there.
Okay.
And,
gotcha. I wasn't sure when you got that far west like that. So
no, that could be a point where we could bring something in there, but we didn't for this year.
Have the Outlaws ever pulled at the Missouri State Fair? Jacob Hardy, I'd like to get the Outlaws back there. Have you ever pulled them?
Yeah, we pulled at the Missouri State Fair quite often.
Okay. I feel like they have like 5. I feel like it's like 7 crazy nights of pulling. Like they have a pull like every day, like the Illinois State Fair.
They do.
Okay. This year they had a shit ton of rain, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing that because we were somewhere. Man, it was a rainy summer for a while. So.
Yeah, we had our share of rainouts.
Yes, we have. It has been a hot summer. Sorry. What are the rules on the light ag? You know the rules off the top of your head on the light ag? That'd be the light super stock ag class, right?
Yeah, not all the intricate details of it. We do mix alcohol and diesels into it. There is some cubic inch limits on those, and we do give some weight advantage to the diesels, but it is a ag component chassis class.
Well, Kurt Paulson with the Crazy Horse had the longest pull of the night Saturday
He did.
night.
It was a perfect pass. One of those you open it up and it lifts the front end about 2-3 feet off the ground. Never coughs, never sneezes. Hooks to the track and goes the other end, backs out of it, and just that's how it's done.
Yeah, if I quit talking, we'll finally get to that. So it's all good. So I can't. We got to talk about Esden Lane coming Saturday night to South Dakota. Did the crowd just go freaking crazy, Kyle?
Absolutely. He put on another, class on how to drive nice and smooth out of the hole, and about the same type of pass that I just explained. It just took, it went and backed out of it and said, that's how it's done.
I love it. I'm going to try to upload his video here in a little bit. Again, it's just fun to talk to you. I forgot why I have you on. I didn't forget why, but I keep yakking too much. Media. Here we go. So we talked about natural aspirated 2-wheel drives.
Yep.
And then let's go to 4-wheel drives.
Yeah.
So Thornton.
Yes.
It's a Thornton 3-peater right now.
Yes. They are going to capture the top 3 spots, I believe.
So they added Ramrod a couple years ago, I feel like.
Yeah.
To the stable.
Yep. And Ritters were right there. They elected. They had a couple things going on, so they were not there this weekend with that. But this is a case where those drops can come into play and keep you in the chase there a little bit. I don't think that they will capture the first spot, but they definitely could try and take away that top 3 finishes from all 3 of those trucks right there.
When you think of the Thorntons, they don't mess around. They're like Keith Hammonds. They never talk hardly. They're super quiet and they're just studying all the time. When I always try to interview like Murray, he's just like, get away from me, Jason, or Lane, or one of the guys you like that. So it's fun.
And they're very good at what they do. And again, you get 3 shots at things. You start to have some very good success. With it. So 3 hard running trucks there.
Absolutely, and they're defending champions as well.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly. Yep. Let's see here. Let's go 2-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Nelson and Nelson. Little Whip, and it's Donald and Cameron and those guys. They travel so much. They deserve. I mean, they almost need like a special award. All the miles those guys put on.
They do put a lot of miles on. I felt kind of like a Texan the other day. We left De Leon, Texas, and headed to Iowa State Fair in Des Moines, and 15 hours later we climb out of the truck and we get there, and that's what those guys do every weekend, and it is a commitment, and to keep both of those trucks running is not an easy task. They've put a lot of work here in the last 3 weeks. I think Donald's got 5 pulling vehicles that he
3 mods.
Yeah, and I think he worked on all of them except one of them to keep them all at every event that we had, and so really appreciate what those guys do. with there. And Fitzsimmons has been with us all season long as well. Had a little bit of bad luck down there at De Leon, and the second night was unable to run and headed home a little bit early. Otherwise, he might be a little bit closer up into that points chase up in there.
Have all the drops been figured in already, Kyle, or when
Yes.
do you guys do
Yep.
that?
Yep. What
Okay.
you see right there is with the drops included.
Okay.
So what we'll do once we get into the season, we get about 4 hooks into it. If we can drop 2 after 4, we'll start dropping those lowest 2. So what is interesting with that is you start looking at the points chase here. Right now say you've got that 5-point lead in between Low Whip and Whippet there. They may have a bad night and really drop off, and instead of dropping a hook with 23 points, now maybe they're dropping off 19. So that can even kind of shake the points race up a little bit more from what you're looking at, saying, well, hey, I finished 3 places in front of them, I've gained 3 points. Well, based on the drops, maybe they're dropping a different total, so maybe they only dropped 1. We did see that. Again, I'm following modified points pretty closely this year, and we saw that with Cotton Candy and the Thermal Thunder tractor at Wisner. Cameron took a gamble and took a spot in the track that nobody had gone into. It looked like a good spot, but it turned out being soft. He finished towards the bottom of the class. Thermal Thunder finished more towards the top. There it looked like it was about a 5-point spread. The way the drops all happened, Thermal Thunder only gained 1 point on him that night. So the drops make the points chase kind of interesting throughout the entire season.
Yeah, it's hard to figure it out. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know how Ron and Lori do it. You guys up there, so
yeah,
it's almost like trying to figure out the ring at Bowling Green when you're sitting there and people are pulling like the Rock. No, Thunderbolt and the Rock. Those are always things like because Lori's yakking on the radio and we're running the live stream. He's like, so and so won the Rock and so won the night. And you guys just must be up there just cruising through with all that stuff.
It's a lot of math gets done real fast.
It's a lot of math. So again, if you're just checking in, we had Joe Ader on earlier. He just wrapped up his unlimited Grand National Championship on the NTPA side of the world. Kyle Petch is coming on tonight. We're talking way too much. We're only through the first 3 classes, but I asked him what he was doing tonight, and he volunteered to come on. So it's his own fault. So Kim will be like, Kyle, come to bed. But no, we're talking.
Yeah.
We're talking. So 2-wheel drive. Yeah, good to see Donald Nelson. 5 vehicles. He's like the Simons of the Outlaws with all the different vehicles. Multiple haulers come rolling in. It's like a train. I love it. I interviewed him at the Iowa State Fair. It's just good to love Donald Nelson. Everything they do. Good humans. Good humans. 3-0. I tried to get Skylar Leaper on, but he dropped his phone in the Lake of the Ozarks, so he's gonna come on next week. That 3-0 diesel truck class is tough. Obviously, it's a 2-dog race right now between Megatron and Legal Limits, but two tough diesel trucks in the country. I mean, I've seen them all over the country. That Diesels and Dark Corners event down in Georgia is kind of like their Louisville, if you know what I mean, Kyle.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yep. You get all of them together, and definitely see these 2 trucks always come out in that top section if they don't win. And then, we saw Cody Lee come down and win it with the old farm truck last year as well. Mm-hmm. So I mean, some tough 3-0 diesel trucks out of the Outlaws.
Yeah, and this race is not over right here. If Jason has anything to say about that.
Oh no, it'll come down.
It'll
come down to the.
It'll come down the last night in Lufkin, Texas.
That's what I was gonna say. That's how it was last year too. So that's fun. That's fun. Because by then we know. By then we know exactly where we need to be. So good luck to that. That'll be fun. These are the points battles that are fun to talk about for announcers, for the live stream, and that's what makes it fun. So 540 Elite Pros. Kenzie said there was 5 of them in.
We did. So. This is a class. We've had it, the Light Pro class here in Outlaws for a couple years now, and this year, breakage and parts shortage. It has really bitten this class real significant. But yeah, the upside was we had 5 of them this past weekend, and there's a couple more out there. This class still has several hooks left. I think almost about every event we have left here, they have a hook at. So we'll see some changes here with it, but it's an awesome class to watch. They put on a great show up in Madison this past weekend.
They're not at the state fair. They're not at Huron.
No.
But they are. I know they're in Unionville and Buckner. And then they're probably in Bedford. You're saying to Bedford and Spencer?
Yeah.
Yep. You guys, the Outlaw app is legit. Like if you don't have this, go to the Outlaw app on your app store, and it is the best. And there is and I've been to every association everywhere, Kyle, across the country now with Full Pull Live. And I hear the three things I hear about the Outlaws. I love the app. You get a check that day, and the fast-paced shows. And it's you guys, it's no joke. Like for us running a live stream, when we get like the 2 tracks, a Bowling Green is a struggle for us because you want to get the replay up, you want to get distance up, you want to get that interview. Every Outlaw show is like that. I mean, you want to talk about burning stuff through. There is nothing that beats an Outlaw show, and I don't care. Bowling Green can rank up there on the NTPA side of it, but man, you guys fly. And that's what people don't want to sit for more than 3 or 4 hours, Kyle. I don't care.
And that's a credit to our entire team, to our pullers, to the track crews that our promoters put on the tracks. That's how we're able to pull that off.
Yep.
I've run starting line several times this year, and you turn around to kind of motion somebody to the track, they're halfway there already. They are there ready to go. So I can't thank our pullers enough for just being ready and going. And yeah, the goal is a 3.5 hour show based on number of classes you've got. And let's try getting some down the track every couple minutes is really what we try to do.
I will say, Kyle, Chapel Hill, I think they would, because there's one big pull in Tennessee every year. I think they would stay till 5 a.m, Kyle. I've never seen that many people.
Well, I'm not saying every place is like that, but you've got places. Yeah, they love that. They could go till the sun comes up and they'd still love it. But the majority of the time, a 3.5 hour show, if we can just jam pack that in, that's what we want.
But I mean, that's where the respect comes for me, because like when it's hard for us to keep up with replays, because you guys have stuff just going at all times, and it's in the live stream with the 2 tracks, it's a booger to keep up, but it's fun. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. We want to have fun. Let's see, where was I? Okay, we did 2-wheel drive already.
Yes. Yep.
Let's see, 3.0s. We did that.
3.0s. Yep.
540s. Okay. Yep. Did you see my interview from Rock Valley with Alan Shellum?
Yes, I did.
He buys his parts from eBay. I still freaking laugh about that. Because if you see me comment and you don't like it, I don't ask for an interview. I put the clip on and I hit record. So I've had some good interviews from that stuff. So it's fun. Diesel Super Stocks, Rough Shot, David Anderson, Ben and all of them, Revent 193. He's got a new tractor this year, Midlife Crisis. Chance Encounter, that pass they laid down at the Iowa State Fair was worth the price of admission, Kyle Pitch.
Yes, it was. That's what you go to see. It was another one of those wheels up and moving passes.
Yep. Would Outlaw pulling come to Michigan to pull? That's not a Jason Schultz type of a question, Kyle. So that's I'll let you get that off.
If we got some open dates and places to go, we never turn.
I think there's a Wednesday open in July. I say that in jest. I mean, if you guys look at the Outlaw schedule, it's insane. It's insane.
Yeah. But hey, we're always looking for new places to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. So, Diesel Superstock class, good to see that David Anderson back and running well.
Yes,
running well.
He's got a great vehicle there, and really appreciate him this summer.
Yeah, that's been fun. 3,200 Superfields. That David Peterson guy, he's tough to beat. But
yes, he is.
I feel like Kavanaugh has been the defending champion the last couple of years.
He is. The last several years, he was the guy to go after, and he was right up to the end of the season here. But David was constantly right there, pushing with him.
It's nice to see Adam Serb up there too with the case. That's like I like about that class. It mixes up a little bit.
Yeah,
with different colors. Yeah, they can compete in there and different things. And what he said, the ITPA deal is working well for you guys. What they're talking about some co-sanction where they work together on a couple of classes, like pretty much with the mod class, right, Kyle? Is that what
the mod is probably the biggest one that we've done a couple times. in there. We had Montgomery City was supposed to be another one where we did some work together. Unfortunately, that one got rained out in there. Washington, Missouri is another one that we've done some co-sanction with. And, there's just a good crossover right there between what they have to offer and what we have to offer. And yeah, we were fortunate enough this year to make that work in a few different places.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And then do the super field tractors, do they run with Heartland some then too? Do they run that series?
Yep. Our NSPA Heartland division, they also run the 3200 class with that. And, if you're not familiar with that organization, it is another division of Outlaws that runs, primarily central to western Nebraska, eastern Colorado, out in that area, and got a great group of vehicles out there as well.
Yeah, we live stream those events as well on Full Pull Live, so you can go back and catch some of those. I've jumped in when I can on those. 4-1 limited pros. Ooh, Justin Deck's got a big lead. I didn't know that. See, some of this is new tonight, so.
That's another just consistency in there, and Yankees were consistently in there as well, but it just seemed like they were always place or two behind with that. Unfortunately, this is another class where breakage has really taken a toll on it. I think both the Novox tractors, they were up there in the top 5, and
Dave lost that front wheel at Wayne.
Well, Dave lost his engine, and that caused the front end to fall and lose the wheel. Okay. So, yeah, and I think there's the Cess tractors had some late season problems as well, and it's just kind of been a rough season on that class.
Dale Bartle says he's still tired. That's because you're old, Dale. You're old. I heard
he just got done with that 4 days of tractor pulling up there in Madison, South Dakota.
That's right.
And
we talked about that.
All the announcing up there. So he did a great job up there announcing. He's even stepped in a couple times for us this year, as well as we had 3 events on one day and different things like that.
Yeah, why does one do that to themselves, Kyle Pitch? Answer me that.
Well, it goes back to hey, people want to have Outlaws, and we will try everything in
it's hard to say no.
Ability. Yeah, we were in a situation where we had 3 very good pulls that have been with us. That the way calendar rolls, it just all kind of fell on the same day, and so we ran into 3 events in one day. Which for us, it starts to staff is really kind of our biggest thing. We've got the classes to cover it and all of that. It's just really the core behind the scenes staff that run our events that starts to get stretched on those deals.
I'm gonna share some Madison, South Dakota live stream in action here while we're yakking. I won't turn the sound on so we can keep chatting. But let's see here. I should hit the play button. That helps probably. There we go. Yeah, this Madison, South Dakota guys here. I'll pull the graphic down. It's a heck of a good pull.
Yeah, this is a pull that we've had on our schedule.
Whenever I share a video,
what's that?
I said whenever I share a video, it's like my computer kind of a little bit, so it stinks.
Yeah, no, this is an event that's been on our schedule for quite a while now. It's tied in with a antique tractor show and threshing bee up there, and it's one of those events you pay to get in, and you get the tractor pull along with it, or if you come for the tractor pull, you get the tractor show along with it. And this year they really stepped up. They widened out their track. They hauled in some clay, really worked on their track, and it was a great event up there. And so
yeah, I want to show the crowd one of these videos. I'll show it going by. I'm just going to fast forward. Again, this is courtesy of Full Pull Live. Outlaw Pulling TV has partnered with Full Pull Live. Look at the crowd. It's like that on both sides, people. And it's one of those like Bowling Green where people get in and they like save their spots like hours ahead of time. There's blankets.
Yeah. Well, days ahead of time.
Yeah. They have like caution tape in the bleachers. It's awesome.
Yeah. And what you don't see there, they've even got some taller grandstands right there. And, unique thing, every event has its unique thing here. For this one here, I think everybody comes to this event in their golf cart. You know, they're camped all over. You look behind those grandstands, there's golf carts parked 4 rows deep back behind it, and it is just a great event. The weather starts to cool off, and it's fun.
Kenzie said her hand actually got cold, her mouse hand. So I thought that was funny.
You know, I hate to admit it, but I did have to put a jacket on late afternoon. We were in the trailer and the breeze was blowing through, and you know, I think it's the remnants of just being 105 and 80% humidity in Wisner the weekend before.
It's crazy. I mean, there was like a switch that just stopped after Wisner. And like I said, it was 68 degrees here, and it's been a hot summer everywhere. So yeah, this is the endangered species super farm.
Yep. And had a little problem here. They were unable to actually. Yep, they were unable to get off the line there a little bit. So 3200s, we've talked about them. Let's see what's the next one we got there.
All right, we did that one.
Yeah, we did limited
I'm
pro.
waiting for my computer to catch up. Give me a second. Yep.
Pro 4x4s. Yeah.
There we go. Oh, Keith Hammonds.
Yep.
Doing what Keith Hammonds does. That guy just wins. I don't know how many years he's won in a row. Man, he's tough.
And he's a solid competitor. There's no detail that is left unturned. He's on top of it, and it shows.
Yeah, he has a wide margin of lead right now. They're heading into.
Yeah, and
waiting on the old computer. Light supers. Okay, I thought Gary Whip was winning points. So when I screenshot the Frank Boja, is it Boja Boy? Am I saying that right?
Boha Boy. Frank Boha Boy.
Boha Boy. Okay.
Yep. They've missed a few events towards the end of the season here. That's kind of brought them down a ways in the standings with it. Yep. Here's Edson's pass.
Speaking of light supers, we better show this. There's kind of the King of Smoke is famous everywhere. So.
No, we're always happy to see Edson come and run with us. He shows up with us once or twice a year and puts on a great show.
That year he came to Wisner, man, it was like AC/DC showed up. It was crazy. That won the internet that day, Kyle. So
yeah. And this here, it was just a picture perfect pass.
Yeah. Everybody had their phone out for that one. I love it.
Oh yeah. And then
love it. Okay, I got to keep going here. Did that one.
Yep.
There, I think we're caught up. Light supers. Yep. So 362. Ulmer's had a good year. This is the best I've seen Allen's tractor run.
Yeah, and you know they've even had a couple hooks where they struggled to get it down the track a little bit. It didn't want to light all the time, so they're making a run at it. And this one here is not over either. I think they've got 2 hooks left as well. They've got Unionville and Buckner, which are 2 good events for that class. And we get down to Unionville, we'll probably see Whitworth be at that pole here as well.
Yes. Yeah, because they're done in Canton this weekend. Yep.
Yeah.
Besides Yenderly. So light super. This class is fun this year. I think your mod class this year, and I think this class was a 2 fun, like to see the Alki and the diesel guys really mixed up in this light super egg class. You know.
Yeah, and the kind of the sad story here a little bit. Barn burner with the Schluters. They here late in the season have just fought with a couple issues, and they finally found what was going on and started to make a comeback. But you know, unfortunately, it kind of put them out of the points race here a little bit. But Jeremy has had a great season. New tractor that he put together, and Kurt Paulson, crazy horse tractor that he has brought out. You know, that's
his second year with it. I think this is his first full year, maybe. Kyle?
Yes, it is. And you know, the first year trying to kind of figure it out and learn it. This year, he was another one. He probably made the most impressive pass up in Madison the other night, and and
Yeah,
won that class.
He had the Wiffles hybrid longest pull of the night. So.
Yes, he did. And that's something that we've done all season long with Wiffle hybrids. They are a new sponsor with Outlaws, and they sponsor the longest pass every night. No matter out of all the classes, we will take whoever had the longest pass, and they win a cooler that night. So great to have them on board this year as a new sponsor.
Out of curiosity, did the Outlaws have mini rods in the early 80s? My dad talked about pulling with something like
Yes.
the Outlaws back around 82.
Yeah. Outlaws actually started as a mini rod association.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I do believe so.
Huh. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The next pull is in Madison, South Dakota for the Outlaws Lane. This coming Monday at 1 p.m., I believe.
Huron, South Dakota.
Huron, South Dakota.
Yep.
The South Dakota State Fair.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's good to see Paulson come back with the new build. And I love it. And Kurt and Jeremy are not related people.
Nope.
I don't even think they're like brothers from another mother. I think they're just – and then if you ever go by Kurt Paulson's trailer and there's a cooler that says free water, don't do it. Because there's a big fake snake in there with a string, and I about jumped 17 feet in the air at Rock Valley because I went over there to interview him after his win on one of the nights, and they got me with that snake thing. I wish they would have recorded the dang thing, Kyle, because that would have been a viral video. But,
I wish they would have as well.
yes, that would be funny. Okay, cool. So this will be down to the wire as well. Let's see. Let's keep going. Super Farm.
Yes.
Alan Andrews. Tough to beat that tractor. Did Weisenkamp got him last year though, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Yep. And so they've been working hard at it this year.
Yeah, they're another one of those teams, kind of like the Thorntons. You know what I mean, Kyle? I feel like they're always studying and watching and learning.
They are. They are constantly paying attention, trying something, and they've been in the Super Farm game for a very, very long time.
And then, hey, real quick, your Super Farm class with the Outlaws, that's a 3.7, is that right, the turbo?
I believe so.
Okay. So, you guys, it's a really fun Super Farm class to watch. I probably 17, 1,800 horse would be my guess. I don't know if that's a rough number, but they're fun. They, not quite a 4.1, but it's, it's bigger than the 3x3 Super Farms that we see some of the other organizations. So, and they run that box charger. They run a Hearts box charger, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So, but the old endangered. every time I see a D21, I get excited. So, endangered species hanging there in number 5.
Yeah.
And they got a win. They've got some wins this year.
Yeah, that's a tractor you do not count out. They had some bad luck that we just saw it in the video there up at Madison, but that is a tractor that I don't count out when I see it come to the line.
100%. Next up, so this is the Armeens region. There's a couple of regions. I think you kind of run them a little earlier in the year. Is that right?
No, it's spread throughout the season. We make a little bit smaller point series for those that can't make everything with it. Unfortunately, this year we had a couple of our region hooks actually rained out.
Yeah.
So it become a very kind of short season for that.
I feel like Concord, Nebraska is one of them.
Yep, Concord was one of them. Ashton, Nebraska was supposed to be one of them that got rained out. It's been a long summer. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head.
Light Limited Pro. This is one of the most popular classes in the country. Every organization calls it this and this, and Light Limited Pro and 8,500. But it's a 466 with a single charger. And the Outlaws run the 24.5s on the back. And Brady Gosler, a former points champion, has a 14-point lead. I know they were in Madison the other night. I didn't get to watch the full poll yet, but it's been a dogfight for these guys. Probably, I would say this is probably one of these guys probably have the most amount of hooks. Probably, I would guess.
I would say on average, they're probably the one with the consistently higher numbers in the class. I think we had 30 of them at Wisner.
Awesome.
And we'll consistently draw 20 to 25 of them. It's a great class.
Yeah. And then this Wild Side, I think they won points last year, or did Mason Brink win points last year? I can't remember. I know Gosler won.
I can't remember.
Yeah, Ron Stone or Mike Idle would know. So we'll ask them. Pro Stocks must be nice. The Oklahoma tractors, they are sharp and they run.
Yeah, it's Lacey has made a major commitment this year to keep both of those tractors running in this class, and they've done a great job. They're a great addition to our pro stock class. We've got an excellent pro stock class that's grown quite a bit, and it's a very tough class.
I was gonna check Facebook and see if Kenzie. I know she posted some pictures today on here. There's this light limited pull region.
Yep.
Another region, one of the classes here. I just threw this in there. Give them a shout out.
Yep.
Light limited mods. One of the coolest classes in the Outlaws. You see so many different combinations. I don't even know how to explain all of them. But I know like Dalton Henry, I don't even know what that thing has, but it's got a bunch of little turbos on it, and it sounds really cool. And I think he won the Iowa State Fair.
Yep.
And then you always see I feel like the aughts have fingers to do with every one of these. And then Andrew Beckman's like the turban god, right? Like if there was a Greek god of turbans, it'd be Beckman.
Yes,
Isn't he like a military pilot or something, or how does that all work?
I'm not sure on that, but no, he's had some really good luck this year as well. Pulled up a couple wins with a twin T53 tractor, and Wes Sievers and that diesel, basically a 4-1 tractor engine in a mod, and he did really well this year.
It's always one of the more popular videos we post, Kyle, when that thing goes to the line.
Yeah, it's I think we've seen it run several times, so it's not as new, I should say. It's still fun, really fun to watch, but people that have never seen it run, that they can't wait to see it go down the track.
It's pretty neat.
And this class it's got a lot of variety in it. It is a great class to watch.
Let's see here.
What else do you got there?
I wanted to do. Here's a picture of the Hawkeye hooker. That's Jeremy Paulson. Yep. That's his new tractor. Beautiful. So I wanted to get that up there. Did that one?
Yep.
White Lemon mods.
Yep.
Mods. There you are.
Yeah.
Thermal Thunder.
Yes. So this class headed into the weekend before Iowa State Fair down in De Leon, Texas, and things. Cameron Neves got a win down in De Leon, kind of tightened things back up, and then had a little bit of bad luck, just draw. Really, this class, I'd say kind of the difference between those top 3 tractors here is kind of where we've drawn his position to pull in the class, and the tracks have kind of gone away a little bit and kind of been on the backside of it. But second and third is pretty close there. I look at distance between first and second. That's still the thing with this one is we've got Unionville and Buckner coming up, and we're going to be in that 14, 15, 16 tractor range in this class. So, anything can still happen with this class, knowing the type of numbers that we have coming up in our next few polls. And we can't really take away Lufkin, Texas. Last year we had really good numbers down there as well. And, I'm hearing rumors that we may have the same type of numbers down there again this year. So
yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But yeah, it's
and then pro stock semis.
Yes,
people love the semis.
They love the semis. This is another class that I have to give credit and thanks to these guys for keeping these trucks on the track.
Yes,
they've just been plagued with issues all season long, and they're there night after night, and to hear what they've had to do to make sure that there's trucks on the track, I can't thank these guys enough for everything that they've done, and the crowd loves them.
They do.
They're fun.
A lot of fun. I want to talk about Holganics. Did you say the Holganics is on the website, Kyle?
Yes, it is.
Let me do a screen share, and then you'll walk me through it.
Yep.
Going to outlawpulling.com. Sorry, it was just so good to catch up, and I realize we've been yakking now for an hour and a half. So yeah. Now I'm that friend that when I call, like, oh, I don't want to talk to him. He's gonna talk forever now. So
I still answer your phone calls.
I know. I appreciate that. All right.
Standings, and then the third one down there. Yep. So Hoganics Midwest is a sponsor partner that's come on board with us in the last few years. And last year they started a summer sweep with us that is a separate point series. And so this year they've increased it up to 10 classes, $8,000 a piece at the end of the season to win. And it's really given some of our competitors the ability to have a smaller point series instead of trying to commit to the entire season. They're able to just attend these 10 different events or 18 different events across the 10 different classes there. We didn't run all the classes at all the events, but what we tried to do was, get 8 to 10 hooks out there for everybody. So what we're looking at here is really the top 5 in this.
Okay.
With it, and some of it will mirror what the final points or the full season point standings are, but where these are at select events, the points change a little bit because some of those events, some of the vehicles may not have had a good run at that one, or they had a great run at this, but throughout the season they may not have. The other thing is on the events that are 2-night events, so Rock Valley and Wisner, if they were a Hoganics point class, we average those. So we take your first night and your second night and average your finish between that. So that's why you get to looking in here, you'll see some half points with that. And I know at least one of the classes last year was decided by that half point finish in there. So this points race is fairly tight in some spots. That 540 light pro class, that's one where we've had some breakage in there with that one. So that one is pretty much settled there for first place. But
your light limited pro is tight.
Light limited pro is a tight race in there, and the
light super Allen's got that.
Yep. And so that's a swap there where Green Lightning was
light super eggs tight.
Yep, Light Super Ag is another tight one, and that one I believe is finished. Some of these have wrapped up, and I don't have the notes.
Oh yeah, here's the schedule. So we got Unionville, Buckner, and Bedford left.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
it's like races inside of races, Kyle. I like it.
It was, and that's kind of what I talked about when you stepped away there. Where
I had to go pee.
Yeah.
Kyle, so.
But yeah, this really is for those that can't commit to an entire full season points chase. This gives them something to run for with that. And we really appreciate Hoganics putting up the money to do this. So, the mod class there is one where, your leader is not the leader in the Hoganics.
I'm guessing Wayne, Nebraska must have been a Hoganic sweep one. Yep. There you go.
Yes, it was.
K-San. I'm just picking on him. It's fun.
Yep.
I can't drive a tractor, so it's all good.
Yeah.
I can't be making fun of anybody. Bullbuster. Donald's starting to get that thing figured out.
Oh, yeah. That tractor is a very tough tractor. If you don't know, that is a new one for Donald Nelson this year. And it is a very strong
I love the name Bullbuster. Did his dad have a Bullbuster back in the day?
Well, his dad had a tractor called Crustbuster. And so continuing on with the Bullwhip Motorsports theme, it became Bullbuster.
I like it.
So, yeah, very cool.
I like names like that the announcers have to be careful when they say it.
Yeah.
It's big fun.
Yep.
Kids Inheritance, again, just great to see the Wagers out this year. Awesome running vehicles in the pro side. And then we forgot to talk about Schluters have a new pro, right?
Yes, that was a unveil at Wisner, Nebraska that nobody.
That's cool.
I don't think anybody saw it coming or knew what was happening, and that was the whole talk around there on Saturday that Barn Buddy was entered in the wrong class. It was supposed to be a light super, and it was somehow entered in the pro stock class. But
yeah, Lori was probably getting a bunch of grief there. So.
Oh yeah, she was, and she had to say no. I am correct.
I am correct.
And,
pro stock 4x4, no surprise there. Keith Hammonds.
Yep.
Super Farm Dakota Deer. Yeah, you're right. Most of these do mirror the national, except for a few.
They do, but there's a fun. You look down in that 2-wheel drive
Well,
class,
look
and
at two-wheel drive. Fitzsimmons.
it's different. So
they're third in national points, but they're first in the sweep.
Yeah, and so the half point, selecting certain events that you run it at, it does make a difference in those point standings. So no, greatly appreciate everything Holganics has done for the Outlaws in the past couple of years. We also had a three event series we called the Holganics Trifecta that they ran this year. It was supposed to be Cambridge, Illinois, Donaldson, Iowa, and Montgomery City, Missouri, but Montgomery City got rained out, so I believe we're going to pick up that third one at Unionville, Missouri here in a couple of weeks and finish that off as well.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
No, the Outlaws pay well, people, fans. If you're a puller, the Outlaws pay as well or better than any national organization. I've heard it from multiple pullers that have bounced back and forth. I see them a lot. And then this summer sweeps and stuff like that. This is great. So love it. Good stuff. Kyle, so let's look at the schedule real quick, and then I'm going to go to bed. So,
yeah.
Thank you for jumping on the night. So Huron, South Dakota State Fair, Monday, September 1st.
Yep. 1:00.
Unionville, Missouri. Twin tracks, awesome pull. I've been going to that pull for a long time. I'm gonna be down there this year. It's in between Sandwich for us, so I'm gonna buzz down there. So excited for that. That's Tanner Michael. He's on the fair board, Putnam County Fair. Also the home of Mullinexes, so that's good. Get to have a Jerry and Connie sighting. So that's
it's a really fun event. It's a 2-track event, kind of starting to wind down the season. See some people that we don't normally see. Like I mentioned, we'll probably see Whitworths there with their alcohol tractors.
They have a whole fleet.
Yeah, they got a whole fleet now. They pulled Outlaw for a long time and now have moved on and pulling within TPA and had some really good luck. So
yeah, they're one of the best.
Really excited to see how well they've been doing.
Buckner, the home of Sydney Summers, of course, she's famous, or Sydney Chance now.
Yes.
But the Ken Summers, if you don't love Ken Summers, you're not a human. Like, he's one of those guys that's just nice to everybody. Just a good dude.
That's another good 2-track pull down in that area. The weather starts to cool off. It's
2-wheelers, 4-wheelers, light pros, 4-1s, light supers, mods, pro stock semis. You want to talk about some big classes, and that's what's nice. What I like about the Outlaws, as much as I love being in 2 nights in the same place, when you guys go a Friday, Saturday, typically it's not too terribly far to Saturday night's hook. You know what I mean? So, and that's nice.
Yeah, 2-night hooks are in the same spot are really nice, and that's not always feasible. So what we try to do is get you something halfway close on the second night, and it's worked well.
And in Bedford, Iowa, the home of Brent Roberts, that's another up and coming pull too. Good track, great crowd. He's done a good job with that. 4-wheelers, light pros, 3.0 diesel trucks, light limited pros, 4-1s, pro stock 4x4s, pro stock tractors, and the pro stock semis, of course. Again, the Outlaw app, Humans, has everything. It's called the Outlaw app on the App Store. Yep. So see the Outlaw logo. And that's Saturday, September 13th. And then we go to Spencer, Iowa, the great drive from Bedford to Spencer. I did that with you last year.
Yeah. Nice nighttime drive across the state of Iowa.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Something everybody should do.
Experience, yep.
Yeah.
4-wheelers there, 3.0s, light limited pros, 4-1s, pro stock 4x4 trucks, and pro stock tractors. Last year they had that terrible flood in Spencer before the fair. It really took a toll on that town. So hopefully everything's good to go there. And they still had a good fair, but that's one of the biggest fairs in Iowa, right? County fairs, isn't it, Kyle?
Yeah, my understanding, it's one of the largest county fairs.
And then Lufkin's 2 nights, right?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Did I not? Oh yeah, I see. I clicked on the wrong one on the app. So it's a big semi truck show, fans, and they also have semi truck drag racing during the day and the big truck show. And then at night you get to watch the Outlaws, 2-wheelers, 3.0s, mods, and pro stocks. And it's a great way to end the season. And then we have the banquet. Is it in the Ozarks again, Kyle?
We'll be at Margaritaville, Lake of the Ozarks in November.
22nd, 23rd?
Weekend before Thanksgiving, whatever that weekend is.
I'll look it up quick. 21 and 22.
Yeah.
21 and 22. Kyle, thank you for coming on tonight.
Well, thanks for having us.
I did not stay focused. I chased many squirrels. Welcome to my world. But Kyle put up with that.
Hey, this is exactly what I expected. So.
We did in an hour and 15 minutes what we could have easily done. Oh, no, shit. It's been way more than that. It's an hour. Yeah. I'm sorry, Kyle. Tell Kim I'm sorry.
Well, she understands.
I'm going to talk to Jason. So thanks for watching, everybody, tonight. Kyle Petch, thank you for running the Outlaws. We appreciate you. And I'll see you in Unionville, buddy.
Sounds good. And thank you.
All right. Thanks for watching. Have a good night, everybody.
All right. Bye.
Bye.